Hi, my name is Gloria, and I will be arguing for the claim terminally ill patients should have the right to physician-assisted euthanasia. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, physician-assisted euthanasia, also known as physician-assisted suicide, is practice of permitting the death of hopeless, sick, or injured individual in a relatively painless way of reason of mercy. Before I introduce the supporting claim, I would like to clarify that the current Oregon Death with Dignity Act is used as a model for this argument. My significant claim is that people are suffering because the physician-assisted euthanasia is illegal in most of the states. My inherency claim is that current alternative to physician-assisted euthanasia is inconvenient. My solvency claim is that giving the right of physician-assisted euthanasia to the terminally ill patient would positively affect both patients and the patient's family and friends. First of all, my significant claim states that people are suffering because the physician-assisted euthanasia is illegal in most of the states. I would like to support this claim by stating that terminally ill patients are suffering in pain and hopelessness. According to Euthanasia or Opposing Viewpoints book series, today most people die in the hospital, often from degenerative disease like cancer that may cause a painful, lingering death. But because most of these states do not allow the practice of physician-assisted euthanasia, patients who desire euthanasia do not have the access to it. In order to receive physician-assisted euthanasia legally in the United States, you have to be a resident of either Oregon or Washington or Montana. Recently, the state of Washington in the year of 2008 and Montana in the year of 2009 legalized the physician-assisted euthanasia. This proves that there are patients who suffer day by day fighting to legalize physician-assisted euthanasia. Also, patients are not the only ones who suffer. The friends and family members of the patients also suffer emotionally because they feel helpless towards the patient. According to the survey done by Oregon Public Death Division in 2010, about 35% of the patients decided the path of physician-assisted euthanasia because they were being a burden to their loved ones. This suggests that euthanasia is a better path for certain patients in a feeling of the grief of both the patient and his close ones. Secondly, taking away physician-assisted euthanasia is a violation to the people's rights. Sue Rodriguez, a patient who suffers from low gangrene disease, fought for her own legal euthanasia. During the court case, she questioned that if she cannot consent to her own death, then whose body is it? Whose life is it anyways? The Declaration of Independence promises the citizens with the right of liberty and pursuit of happiness. For some terminally ill patients, death is a form of happiness. Therefore, euthanasia is a form of individual's right. Also, according to John Stuart Mill, one of the architects of democratic doctrine, societies can make laws to prohibit murder and robbery, but should not make laws to prohibit sex before marriage, religion, or voluntary euthanasia. This is because terminally ill patients who desire euthanasia for themselves are not physically harming other people. Basically, there are no harms caused to others by physical assisted euthanasia. Therefore, there is no reason why it shouldn't be illegal. It should be illegal. My inherency claim states that current alternative to physician-assisted euthanasia is inconvenient. Currently, an alternative to euthanasia is the patient's rights to refuse treatment. So a patient can take off life supports and refuse medical treatments, which will cause them to die in a natural death. However, such method is inconvenient in that the process may last a long time. In 1976, the court allowed Quinlan's parents to have respirator removed from her after a long period of time in a coma. However, this process took 9 years to finally end her life. Unlike euthanasia, patients' right to refuse treatment does not provide the quick and painless death that the suffering patient desires. Secondly, I would like to state that current treatment of terminal illness is not satisfying the patients. According to Derek Humphrey, the founder of Hemlock's Society and Euthanasia Research and Guidance Organization. Not all terminal pain can today be controlled with sophisticated use of drugs. Also, according to Sean Marks and Hugh Rosalie of Medical College of Wisconsin, cancer patients have nearly twice the incidence of suicide than the general population. They also discovered that 8.5% of the terminal ill cancer patients expressed a sustained and pervasive wish for early death. And in one survey of the terminal ill patients, 10% of the patients report seriously pursuing physician-assisted suicide. Number of patients are not satisfied with the care and treatment they receive from the hospital, which proves that current treatment of terminal illness is ineffective on certain patients. Finally, for my solvency claim, states that giving the right of physician-assisted euthanasia to a terminally ill patient would positively affect the patient and their loved ones. I would like to state that physician-assisted euthanasia allows patients to end their life with quality. According to Oregon Public Health Division, range from 78.5% to 96.6%, terminally ill patients choose the path of euthanasia because of their loss of autonomy, dignity, and ability to do enjoyable activities. Derek Humphrey also stated that personal quality of life is vital to some people. If one body has been so destroyed by a disease that it is not worth living, that is an intensely individual decision which should not be thwarted. This shows that patient desires for euthanasia because their quality of life decreased. So euthanasia provides the final exit of the agony of hopeless and quality-less life. The Department of Genealogy of University of Utrecht in Netherlands did a survey analyzing the effects of euthanasia on bereaved family and friends. The result came that there was less grief symptoms among the bereaved families and friends of cancer patients who died in euthanasia. This reason for that is families and friends were prepared for the way and the day of the immediate death, and when the terminal ill patient requests euthanasia, family member and the patient are often able to talk about the death. Also, Brad Knickerbocker, a writer from Christian Science Monitor, says that Oregon ranks among the best nation in end-of-life care. This means that more people are looked after at home with emotional and spiritual support for their family rather than spending their last day in the hospital. This proves that euthanasia gives time for both patient and his friends and family members to prepare for the upcoming death, bringing positive outcome. These patients are free from hopeless case of terminal illness and their loved ones suffer less grieving for the loss.